Okay, so we are now live, and this is part 39. 1 second. Make sure I got the right title on the video. Yes, the stream on the laptop saying Spider-Man from my earlier gameplay stream. Okay, this is part 39 of the game engine coding live stream, and we're doing the circle shape class. So we had started the circle shape class a couple of days ago. I missed the stream yesterday, apologies for that. And we had started it, and we were just wanting to implement all the features required. So I'm only gonna do a short stream today, but I was wanted to get one done. So the features that we need are, we just get them from here. Obviously we can add our own as well. So what I'm going to do, literally is grab these and whack them in. So blimey text. And here we go. Okay, so we need stuff for the radius, the point count, and get point. What does the get point do? So it uses pi. I'm gonna ignore that. I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna be using that as much. Radius x times y. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that one. So I will just be doing the others. So if we go over here, let's get rid of this. Let's grab this, whack it into here, like so. Okay, so let's just start, creating this. So set radius, and it's gonna be a const float reference, and yeah, we can't make that a constant. Okay, so we're gonna say create implementation, and in here we are gonna say her Dingen says hello her, how are you doing today? And set radius simple as that. Oh, we need to set the color as well, don't we? Set fill color, get fill color, set border color, get border color. We can have a look at the rectangle class for this as it is. I am fine, thanks. I'm good. I am very well, thanks for asking. What have you been up to over the last couple of days? Been doing any interesting coding projects? Okay, so the get radius, the const, that sounds good, and we're going to do a quick create implementation here, and we are going to return underscore shape dot get radius. Oh, it was meant to be get radius. Which programming language is your favorite? Overall, I'll say C++. PHP is a pretty close second as well, but that is very similar to C++ to be fair. Battled MySQL CPP connector. How did that go? Did you win? Set point count. What is size T? Oh, it's just an unsigned int. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. It would have to be an unsigned int. But why have they set it to size T? I don't like that. Unsigned int. Set point count. And we're gonna say let's go shape dot set point count is count like so. Okay, so that's that one done. And this is going to be virtual. This is going to be unsigned int. Actually, this can just return an int, I guess, technically. Because it's really more what's been passed in. Should be an unsigned int. How do you feel about that, her? So obviously, for the count, it has to be a greater number than, 0. So we can't have like a minus point count. With the so you use unsigned int. With the get point count, yes, technically it's an unsigned int, but this already determined. We're not passing in, it's just being returned. So is get point count sufficient for this? What do you think? I mean, is just an int sufficient for this? Let me know what your opinion is on this. Return underscore shape dot get point. Okay, so that's those done. Set radius, set fill color, and if we go over to the rectangle, let's go over to the header first, and I've still got to do all these as well. So the set position stuff. So if I copy that, and if I go here, I'll paste this here, and if I go to the rectangle CPP, I'll copy all of this, and I'll go to the circle CPP and paste all of this over here. Obviously I'm going to have to change a few things. Like that's gonna have to be circle, but actually if I just do a search, rectangle, where's the replace, find all, okay, so there's a few things that we've got to change. So we don't need set size, we don't need set width anymore. Set size and set width. But, or do we? We don't need the width and the height anymore. The set size is an interesting one. For the simple reason, yes, we don't want it on the shape, But realistically, based on the radius, yeah, it's true. 2.8 billion points seem like. Why not width and height? How would you draw an ellipse? Well, the circle stuff that's built on top of SFML is purely for circles. I think there's separate stuff for ellipses and drawing unconventional shapes that are circles and squares, and rectangles, which we will look into. But set aside what we're gonna say. I'm gonna make this a private thing. And we're not gonna have it as a const float radius. Yeah, could have an extra ellipse shape as well. A radius of the circle object. Circle object. Already done these to be fair. Okay, so of the circle object, we reference rectangle a fair bit over here, didn't we? Not here or not anymore. Okay, so of the circle object, so here we're gonna say grab this and whack it there. Now that we got this, so if you have the radius, let me open up our trusty paint. Okay, so if you have a circle, I'm pretty sure you can actually make a perfect, if keep shift pressed. Then though, so Tomea says yo Sona, yo to you too, how's it going? And if I was to now make a square, okay, like so, and let's say I'm gonna add a brush. Let's say the read. Oh, can't even see the brushes. Let's say that the radius, and then we'll do one for the oh, that color looks nasty. So if that's 5, let's say if that's 10. So the width is the diameter. The height is also the diameter as well. So no, yesterday I wanted to enter to this page, but I can't. What happened? What did you get an error? Maxwell Thompson says hi Maxwell Thompson. So yeah, the width and height is going to be 10. So we literally would just do radius times by 2, radius times by 2. That's the width and the height. And what we would do is in CSS size we would just put the radius. So we would just simply put radiusal, set fill color. By default we'll put black. That is a okay. See what we get if we run it. The page tell me can't access this website. That's strange. I don't know. When I say this page, like which page are you referring to? Which like video are you referring to? Isn't set radius and set size redundant? No, like what? So the reason we've got that is, so set radius is the one that actually people would interact with. They would, and I'm not even going to use this one. I'm going to use the set radius. I'll explain why it's not redundant in a second here. And then we're also going to use set inside color SF color black. Okay, yeah, so the reason it's not redundant, so the, as you can see, this is private, so the user, also the developer, wouldn't, I never liked that term user, because I always think of end user, not the user of the code, of the programming stuff. Does anyone feel like that when they use that term? Okay, but the developer would, of let's say a game, using this engine, wouldn't interact with this. They would set the radius, which is over here somewhere. I've got a comment here. Set radius. If you put a radius of 5, that means there's a diameter of 10, so it's a width and height of 10. And the reason we are doing that, because this gets passed on to a parent class, which is the drawable. And if we open up the drawable class in drawable, that's where the drawing occurs, because that's where the object is. We also do culling, because SFML doesn't have culling built in, so I don't think not all stuff does in general. So that way we're able to check if the object is in the view or not. If it isn't, we're just not rendering it. Doesn't make any sense to render it. It still exists, still got position, still got width, still got height, and you can manipulate all of that stuff and get those values and do animations or events accordingly. But in terms of drawing it, it doesn't make any sense. So this is based on position. That's fine. The circle has a position, but what about the size? The size is based on an X and Y value, so that's the reason we've done the set size thing. That's literally the only reason. Okay, so let me comment this. I love this suggestion that you did with the not the SPD log, that was great as well, but with the, was it VA assist or V assist or whatever it was. No parameters with return type, no, with parameters and no return type, and it radius of the circle. At the circle's radius. So this is a return type with no parameters, so returns the radius, get the radius value. It's adding extra words just to make it feel like I'm doing more work. Should not do that, not a good habit. So this is void, so with parameters no return type, and this is count. Number of points slash sides. Set the point slash side and this to the return with no parameters. I'm going to say returns the point slash side count, get the point slash side count. Let's set a bigger size. Let's set it at 100. Okay, there we go, and we could set a low point count, so we could say set point count. Let's say if we set that to 5, we'll get a pentagon now instead of what looks like a circle. Even that was a circle of radius 100 when at that size. So you begin to see the individual sides. If we do 360, this will be a very good looking circle. I think that's overkill though. So let's just do 30. Let's do 12. Actually, I think 12 is gonna be too low. I'll try 36 in a second. Yeah, 12 is way too low. I'm thinking what the default one should be. Obviously, we would overwrite that anyway, or ideally we would as the developer. I think 36 is pretty comparable, to be fair, to a nice looking circle. Okay, so in the to do, we've done that. The only thing that I was a bit 100% happy about is that the drawable class has function for color, for example, and the sprite doesn't. But again, that color stuff might be used for something else. Yeah, actually, that's alright, to be fair. I was gonna make sure that the dot set it's not letting me actually. Let me just give it a restart. Not restarting the computer, just the let me open up the project. This amazing circle and a square. assist should kick in momentarily, and with for some reason I wasn't able to put a dot before. Well, that's the one that I actually want. Set inside color dot red. Let's give that a build. Let's see how that's there's a bunch of dots here. On this, I'll fix this. Strange, I don't see why that would mess you up in a different file. Maybe it could do. I'll do an earlier live stream tomorrow. I'll be wrapping up soon. Circle, set border color to color cyan, doesn't really matter what it is. Set border thickness to 10. Let's give this a run, see what we get. Looks very ugly, but that's fine. And I want to give this a commit. Do not want to open up Spotify. Okay, so let's have a look. SML triangle. DFT basically use the convex stuff. Yeah, it looks like it. Both tutorials from myself. Oh yeah, so we can get a triangle simply by doing a three-sided circle. Oh. So how should we do these? Like, could do octagons. That is equilateral. Then we do have the custom shape types as well. We do need to implement these. Okay, so this was a short video, short live stream, but we got the circle class done. Tomorrow we'll get on to the triangle, the equilateral, and then have a look at it being vertex based as well. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. It won't be long till we've done all the shape stuff. then we get on to a little bit of physics, and before we know it, we'll be doing stuff like the GUI, and yeah, so once the GUI is done, there are some other stuff as well, but we'll be ready to make games sooner than I was expecting and I anticipated. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Obviously it's only Thursday, it's not Friday yet, but hopefully you have a good weekend. Just in case you don't tune in tomorrow, I'll be doing 2 live streams tomorrow, game engine one and a gameplay live stream. I'll do the gameplay one early in the day, I'll do the game engine one about 4 or 5 PM UK time. Actually, I'll do it earlier than that, about 3 PM UK time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone soon, and good night, good morning, or whatever time it is there.